करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी
दया करो, मन में आन बसो।
मन में आन बसो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी
दया करो, मन में आन बसो।
प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। मेरे मन में अंधेरा है, मेरे मन में अंधेरा
है,
कहीं दिखता न सवेरा है, कहीं दिखता न सवेरा है। तेरी कृपा जो मुझ पे आए, तेरी कृपा जो मुझ पे आए, सब अंधेरा छट जाए, सब अंधेरा छट जाए। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी
दया करो, मन में आन बसो।
आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आन बसो। प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी। A mind which is quiet, a mind which is silent, a mind which is minus any external urges, is a mind which makes our life beautiful. If that is not the state of the mind, then there are going to be certain problems, complications, which will ruin the emotional, psychological, intellectual, and physical well-being. Our mind is, right from the day one, has been trained to be a go-getter. And we are all born with some big baggage of unfulfilled desires, hatreds, prejudices, angers, etc. already there in the mind. Now let's say, how do we, or should I say, how much you know your own mind? Mind is not that much which you perceive or which you, the thinking mind, which has some memories, which has some perceptions. That is just the tip of the mind. Just a tip. Okay, let's go like this. Forget about mind. Do you know your body? We think so, that we do. But the truth is this, that sensitivity towards the body is also very minimalistic. The sensitivity towards our own mind is also very small fraction, minimalistic. Let's put this statement into practice. Just now, without moving your left foot, can you feel your first toe which is adjoining to your big toe? Don't move it. Can you feel your third toe on left foot without moving your foot? If I say feel the nose tip, everybody is so bothered about. मेरी नाक कट जाएगी, मेरी नाक कट जाएगी, मेरी नाक ऊंची हो गई, मेरी नाक नीचे हो गई. Without looking towards the tip of the nose, can you feel the tip of your nose? Okay. Can you feel the area in between the left and right nostril and the upper lip? This area. Again, no movement should be engaged. No? Can you feel your eyebrows? Yes, it is there somewhere. But the exact portion, can you feel your abdominis rectus muscles? Somebody said it is too lost. Somebody said, how many abs you have? 6 or 8? He said 100, but you'll have to find it. You're lost. Have you ability? Do you think so that you can, if you want, then feel your right ear lobe, not ear lobe, this soft tissue part. You know what is happening is, I am just reiterating my point by letting you know the amount of unawareness which is there towards your own body. A yogi is so keenly observer of his system that he doesn't have to place 3 fingers on his pulse to know the pulse. He knows the pulse without touching the wrist. He knows the heartbeat without any external device. The anatomy of the human body says that there are 2 S in your spine. It's not straight. So there is a region of the neck, the cervical, the thoracic, the lumbar, the sacral, the coccyx. People say, I have pain. Where? In my back. Where? Somewhere here. What does that mean, somewhere here? So you need an MRI, you need an X-ray, you need a doctor, you need somebody to touch you, palpate, do some diagnostic test to confirm which is the area of the trouble. But it's your body, shouldn't you know? Okay, if your car is not functioning properly, engine is stopping, the compressor has stopped working, the AC is not working, you just bought it a month ago or 6 months ago, what will you do? You will go to the manufacturer, right? The warranty is there. So you'll go to the manufacturer. So when your body is not functioning properly, where should you go? Huh? To the manufacturer? Yes. The manufacturer? The local mechanic can repair until it is a smaller thing. If it is a too big, you say, oh, I cannot do anything. If your engine is not working, go back to the company. Okay, one more thing I need you to reflect upon. Was your body made from outside or it came from inside? अंदर से बनाए शरीर के, बाहर से किसी ने मिट्टी पानी हवा इकट्ठी करके बना दिया था पुतला. So the manufacture of this body is actually within the body itself. I haven't seen any mother who is saying, oh, now I am making lungs of my baby. And now I am making a heart of... You people are so weak in your memories, you forget your car keys. People lock themselves out of their own house. Then they call somebody, do you have key of my house? People leave the key of the car in the car and they lock it up. And then they're stranded. So if nature had left this making of the body on the mother or on the father, oh my God, what kind of bodies would be made? 3 eyes, 4 eyes. You know, I liked the eyes, so I had more eyes. Brain is too big, too small. And then forgot to create the spine. Oh, everything is done. Oh, I forgot the spine. Like you forget putting sugar in the tea while cooking, or rice. Did I put some salt or no? Oh, let me taste it. And then they are doubtful. Then they ask, can you taste it for me? Well, don't you have a tongue? Taste it yourself. Why should I taste it for you? Yoga science teaches you how to go to the manufacturer. Although when I said you have to go to manufacturer, many people got scared. This means, do we have to die? Who said when you die you go to the manufacturer? Number one. किसने कहा आपको मरेंगे तो आप भगवान के ही पास जाएंगे? भगवान को किसी एक जगह में बैठाया है तुमने? वो कहाँ पुराण पंथी में घुस जाते हैं ना. वो हमारे नानी जी मरे थे, विमान आया था, विमान में वो बैठ के गई थी सीधे भगवान के घर. You don't have to die to meet God. You actually have to live fully to know God. See, all the religions are stressing on this point, that when you will die, then you will go to heaven, and if you don't do good things, then you go to hell. All the religions. Right? So, the imagination of the mind says, okay, when we will die, then we'll go to heaven, then we'll meet God. So, God is sitting there and waiting for us. So, they have these statements, God is calling for you, God is waiting for you. But that's not the case. A seed which you get, a seed of an oak tree, a seed of a jamun tree, a seed of a mango tree, that very seed has all the intelligence to convert itself from seed to a sapling to a tree, right? So we can say every seed has a hidden tree in it. तो शरीर अंदर से बन रहा है, बाहर से थोड़ी बन रहा है. तो अब अगर शरीर को समझना है, शरीर को ठीक करना है, तो हमें बाहर नहीं, हमें अंदर जाने की जरूरत है. And yogic science gives us the medium, the methodology, and the system to gain our access to the body which we are using. We are using it, but yet we don't know the mechanics of this body. You have a third toe in your foot, and yet you can't feel it. You have the space in between nose and the upper lip, yet you can't feel it. You have 2 ears, yet you can't feel it. You have a head, you can't feel it. You only feel it when there is a headache, when there is a migraine, when your sinuses are congested. Otherwise, you'd have 2 hands. But can you really say that you are with your hands? It's just one part of the body. And we live so unawarefully because our mind is always racing and running somewhere about something. So there is an absolutely disconnectivity to our own body. This body is a temple, number one. This is not yours. It's Lord's temple. Like external temple needs a cleaning, this temple needs a cleaning. How do we clean it? With observation and with deep, long breaths. When you inhale, what goes in? Oxygen. It reaches in our blood, via our heart pumps it, and it reaches to the whole body, invigorates, energizes all the cells. When we exhale, the poisonous gas, gets out of the body. The longer exhalation makes sure that there is lesser residual air left in the lungs. Our lungs can never be completely without the air. Some residual air is always there. That is how the system is. But when we exhale a slow, gentle and a long breath, this means more carbon dioxide is going out. We are taking deep in long breath, meaning more oxygen is coming in the blood and through the blood reaching out to all the body parts and organs. What happens to the brain? It stabilizes the brain, calms the brain, especially the prefrontal area. It calms it. All the active thinking during this was lessened up. Say if you had 50 thoughts in a minute, then it will come down to 30, maybe 20, maybe 10. It all depends individual to individual. As your practice gets deepened, so would be the quietude of the mind. Stability is very important. If you keep on moving like this, see, if you love moving, then dance. But when you are sitting for practice, no movement. So when this body is held still, spine erect, this stability will affect the mind. In yogic asanas, there is one asana called the tree pose, which the Americans call it tree pose, the brikshasana. You do it first with the left, then you do it on the right. What happens is, when you place the sole of your right foot into the groin, it touches the groin area on the side of your left leg, and you hold your hands by the chest, joining the palms together, looking straight at one point, breathing deep. What are we doing? It is not that we are just standing on one leg. Actually, when we use this posture on the left, we are balancing the right hemisphere of the brain. When we are doing it on the right leg, we are balancing the left hemisphere of the brain. And when we look at one point, this one-pointedness works on the bridge in between these two hemispheres. So, now when you will do asana, please remember this. If you are not doing it attentively and awarefully, then it is just an exercise. No use. But when you do it attentively and awarefully, then this asana will not only internalize your mind, but make your mind calm and calm and calm. I always call asana is a moving meditation. You are moving, but it is a meditation. It's bringing consolidation, integration to your mind. These days, people are doing yoga asana because they think it brings health. I have nothing against that. If you wish to do it just for the health reasons, it is fine. But yoga asana is not for health alone. It is a mechanism, it is a science to go within, to move within, to go into the deeper recesses of your consciousness, to reveal to yourself who you are, to experience who you are, and to come to your primordial reality. But for yoga, it is very important that it is always learned from a master. You don't just read a book and do it. Because there are some very complexities which can arise, which can be very alarming. So it is very important to know each and every practice thoroughly, deeply, logically, scientifically. All the parameters should be used and then it should be put into practice. That is how we avail the great benefits of our great yogic lineage, which we are so fortunate to have. But you just can't sit on this thought that our ancestors were great yogis. The question is, are you a great yogi? Some people are really very proud. Our gurus were great. I said, what about you? Are you great? पंजाबी लैंग्वेज में बोलते हैं, वो कहते तुसी रोटी खाधी, कहते तेनू की, कहते मैं ते नहीं खाधी, तो कहना मैनू की, तूने रोटी खाई, बोले तुझे क्या, बोले मैंने तो नहीं खाई, तो कह रहा मुझे क्या, तुझे क्या और मुझे क्या वाली बात। हमारे कुछ गुरु कितने ज्ञानी थे, कितने बड़े भक्त थे, कितने बड़े संत थे, कितने बड़े योगी थे, इससे आपके जीवन में कोई फर्क नहीं आने वाला। आप कितने महान हो इसकी चिंता करो। और उसके लिए समझ जो मिलती है सत्संग से और अभ्यास जो आप इस तरह जैसे अभी हमने किया है बैठ के, इस तरह कुछ कुछ अभ्यास आपके जीवन में रोज आते रहें तो आप देखेंगे बहुत कुछ है जो आज समझ नहीं आ रहा और फिर सब समझ में आने लग जाएगा।